I guess it's possibly helpful to do a little bit of an explaining kind of video for the whole trial of Mohammed. This is day 8. I've been primarily focused on my handwritten notes. We're not allowed to have laptops in the courtroom. The absence of laptops means there's an extra barrier to getting my notes online, and Copwatch has inquired whether or not I'm going to type them, which I will hopefully one day in my spare time. So the trial is up there on the 9th floor, and the 12th floor is where we go when the FBI agents need to keep their secret identities even more secret. And it's a great location for this experience to happen, because what I'm seeing is that there's a kind of a conversion process. 1000 Southwest 3rd Avenue, love the address, but there's I believe it's 97204, something a little different. But Marco Hatfield evidently was some kind of a nemesis of my grandmother, and why he got this big wild building named after him, I don't really know. I know that Portland State University Marco Hatfield School of Government is full of a bunch of screaming misogynists and Armenian genocide denial and Shoah denial. But overall, what can you possibly expect from an all-white jury in a racist town that the DOJ is cracking down on because of their incredibly racist and profiling law enforcement problems? But evidently I haven't been killed yet by the Portland police, possibly because of my Scandinavian and Irish and English genome gives me a little bit of immunity when it comes to FBI entrapment plots. They don't seem to be entrapping any women, which I think we need more women in the FBI, and we need medical supervision. I don't think it's fair to trap people when they're in a delusional or schizoaffective or any of those words. I don't like those words any more than anybody else. But there's a certain point where there's a medical necessity for a duty of care, and I think that's what's really missing from the FBI. And I think they can come around. I think they can really come around. And I believe in them as humans. I believe they've got the ability to learn and grow from this whole experience. So while we've got entrapped individuals in jail as some kind of sacrificial crucifixion by the FBI, we've also got concerned citizens following the FBI and going through the FBI with a fine-tooth comb. So it's been quite an experience. I find it rather interesting. And the city of Portland is coming along. I wouldn't quite call it a city, you know. I would call it more like I think Copwatch calls it a cow patch or something along the lines. That's what I heard from Braden Fuller of postsoftware.org. He's a good friend of mine. I like him. I'm really impressed with the defense. They're just glamorous. I just love Mr. Wax. I love Mr. Sadie. I love Lisa Hay. I love them all. They're great. Prosecution, the young attorney who sits upstairs, he smiled at me twice at least, and FBI smiled at me. Gave my business card to the FBI. I invited them to my mother's birthday party. They didn't care to show up. I don't know why. Maybe they thought they were going to get in some other kind of entrapment plot. Or maybe I wanted to make home movies with them, not the other way around. But overall, I think they just need better leadership, better oversight, better legal education. And that can happen in due course, especially with dramatic shifts. I wrote city council over there to say I wanted to speak about this deal instead of the pumping fluoride in the water, you know, the weaponization of water, which is still an important issue. But overall, Trevor Aronson was great last night at Powell's. He did a good job. What an amazing character. He's very informed, very smart cookie.